Hello folks, so welcome to my 5 MB Excel class once again, and this is my first video for 2021. And actually I want to compare the if function with Power Query, and basically this problem was raised by one of my friends in the Facebook Messenger on the first day of 2021. So let us make a choice between the if and Power Query, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, that is 5MB Excel class, and hit the bell icon to remain updated on my latest videos. So let us see what was his primary problem. His primary problem was that he had a column with all account codes, and he wanted to match this account code with 8 rows of data that he has in a similar worksheet. So if uh, all of the rows matches with that account code, he wanted to bring match as a result, otherwise no match. And later on, I shared that I wanted to make a YouTube video of this particular problem he had with his supply chain function. And then he suggested me why not I take a step further and make some partial matches as well, like for a match with 7 rows of data and match with 6 rows of data. So there are basically two problems. One is match master column with other columns by row and return match if matches. And the second problem is match master column with other columns by row and return match if partial matches is found based on a set criteria. Okay, let us work on this. I also have solve files already with 3 possible solutions and one with Power Query, obviously. And we will work on this blank worksheet where we have the master data and the 8 columns of data that was shared by him. So the first solution would be very easy, and for matching 8 rows of data with this particular account code. So let us work on this. I will use if with and, right? So the logic 1 would be my account code equals row 1 data, comma, then account code equals row 2 data, account code equals row 3 data, account code equals, it should be column, right? Not rows. So 4, and then the 5th, 6th, 7th, and last but not the least, the 8th one. The logic is done. Then I should put match here, and for no match, it should bring in no match, right? Close parenthesis, press enter. The job is done, right? Let me drag it up to row 630. Fine. So my second solution to this same problem would be with Countif. So Countif will do this with utmost ease. So I will first use Countif, right? And the range would be these 8 columns of data. And the criteria would be the account code for sure. And let me close the parenthesis. And it's perfect, right? Now, let me write count A in another column, sorry, in another cell, and I will count this, right? So there are 8 columns of data, so it matches, right? So I will put this here, right? Equals this, right? So it should be true. Okay, let me add if here, right? If this actually matches, then it would result match, otherwise no match. Perfect. Close, and the job is done. Let me just double click and the work is done. Oh, now let us work with the second solution, that is for partial matches. So again, I will copy this formula or function to my solution 3 column. I'm doing this because I'm very lazy, right? Nope, don't get me wrong. I'm being very efficient, right? So what I will do is I will use OR here because I want to bring the result if any of my logic matches, right? So let me just copy my count formula, Control C copy, and Control V paste, and for 7 I will simply minus 1, okay, and for 6 I will minus 2 in, okay, bracket close and comma. My function is done. So let me just click. You can see there are matches in the second solution, right? So if I just manually check, the account code is 17, right? 17 here, 17 here, 17 here, 17 here, 17 here, 18 is here, 1717. So there are 7 matching values. So let me just trim this to 6. It still matches, but if I trim this to 5, there are no matches. So it is working very perfectly. Cool. So now we will go to the Power Query solution, right? So let us work with Power Query now. And let me know which one you like really and found very effective in the comment section. So to use Power Query, you should have Microsoft 365 or 2016 a version of Microsoft Office or Excel or higher than this. So if you are on these versions, Power Query should work with you perfectly. Okay, so this data set is perfectly in an official Microsoft table, right? So the table name is account match version 2, and to bring this to Power Query we need to go to data and we should select from table / range. So you can see my first query here, and I will make a duplicate query of it here. So it will be account match version 2 2. So what I will do is I will use the unpivot other column option here, right? So this will bring the master and the values side by side so that I can actually match them, right? So my next step would be to add a column, add a conditional column that would be match status, and I will put if master equals, select a column that is value, should bring match here, otherwise no match, right? Cool. So now I can see that which are the information or the codes matches or which are the code doesn't match, right? And now I will just filter out only the matched information here, okay? And I don't need these two columns, so I will just remove them. And I will now group according to this code, right? So I will use group, and I will use this group by option to count the number of matches per account code, right? So, okay, good, right? You can see the number of matches here. Okay, cool. Now, I will put another condition here. So, add column, conditional column. So, my next thing would be to identify the match status again. If count equals 8, then match, right? Add a clause. If count equals 7, that is also a match. And if count equals 6, then it should be match as well, right? So, and if it doesn't, it should be no match, right? Just press OK, and now I have the match status here. Cool. So I don't need this anymore. And now what I will do, I will bring this result to here, right? And how will I do this? I will simply go to home and press on Merge Queries and select Merge Queries from here. And the second table would be this. And I will match this with this. You can see 271 rows has been matched. Others doesn't match because they don't have the matching results. Okay, so quite cool. And I will only show up the match status here. And here you can see some of the null values because not all the values in this particular query is available in my customized or transform query. So that's why I should replace these null values with no match because these are not matched values, right? So I will go to transform and go to replace values and select values to find as null, and it should be no match. Cool. And I don't need this other 8 columns, so I will simply select them and remove them. And I don't need this data anymore, the master information, so I will remove this as well. Okay, and I will simply go to home, close and load to table as existing worksheet here, right? And press OK. So now I can see that all the results are here, right? And it also matches the results that I have derived from the functions. Cool. Now I have some additional information here. So let me just add them. Okay. So I will add them here and simply press refresh. Now you can see that the result is automatically derived. So isn't that amazing and cool? And please do let me know what will you use, if, Countif, or Power Query. I hope that you have loved this video. If you have really liked this, please put the thumbs up button in my video option, and I look forward to meet you in my next video. Take care. Bye.